Okay, guys, so what you have to do right now is copy question number 13 and 13B, okay? Ready? Go. And I know that you're already done copying all of this because I gave you a lot of time. So let's go over this right now. So there you go. Here's question number 13, right? Okay, so it says compute 4 minus 6 plus 9 divided by 3. So what do you think we have to do first when we look at this question over here? Huh? Oh, yes. Yay! We're supposed to divide first. Do you remember PEMDAS? Okay, so I don't see any parentheses. I don't see any exponents. I don't see multiplication, but I definitely see division, don't I? So I have to do it in this order. So I'm going to do 9 divided by 3 first. Okay, so there you go. This is 4 minus 6, and then plus 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 is what? 3. So then now it's addition and then subtraction, right? So we can do everything in order. What's 4 minus 6? Negative 2. And what's negative 2 plus 3? Positive 1. So therefore your answer is 1. And the funny thing is, the people who created the test already know that maybe you don't know PEMDAS, okay? So if you go 4 minus 6, which is negative 2 plus 9, which is negative 2 plus 9 is 7, right? And then 7 divided by 3. And so if you think that your answer choice is 7 over 3, guess what? One of your answer choices would be 7 over 3. So you would solve this problem and you see 7 over 3. You're like, yes, I got this right. But you got it wrong, okay? The people who created this test already know that you might make this mistake. So they put 7 over 3 as an option right there. So please keep that in mind. That is not right. You gotta use PEMDAS. For those of you who forgot what PEMDAS is, let me just go ahead and write this down for you. Parentheses.
Exponent.
Yeah, you're right. Exponents.
Division.
Yes.
Addition, subtraction.
So then what I want you to do right now is solve 13B, okay? Ready? Go. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 14. I put over here solve because this is a question where you have to solve, okay, and get the correct answer. Because you know there are some questions where you can just go ahead and give the equation, and there are some questions where you have to actually solve it, right? And this one you have to actually solve, all right? So I'm going to give you some time to copy this because this is a word problem. Ready? Go. Okay, so over here, we have to make sure that we highlight, remember? And I know when you're taking your test, you have to use your Chromebook. And so make sure you use the highlighting feature if it is available on your test, okay? So Jay has $29, and then he is going to buy a collector's guide for $13. I don't know what a collector's guide is. Do you guys know what that is? Okay. Then what is the greatest number of individual comics you can buy at $3 each? Now, the reason why I put over here solve is because this is a question where they're not asking for an equation. This is a multiple choice test, okay? So you have to actually find the correct answer. And so even if you do not have an equation, I know that most of you can find the correct answer. Okay, and so someone has already told me that the answer is 5, and that is absolutely correct. But let's go ahead and use the equation, okay, in order to figure this out. Jay has $29, so no matter what it is he does, he could only spend $29 or less than that, right? So that's why the mouth is open towards 29, and also the equal sign is down there. Now let's take a look at this side. He already bought a collector's guide for $13, okay? So he already bought that. And then now, all the other comics are going to cost $3 each. Okay, so then if you buy one, it's $3. If you buy two, it's $6. If you buy three, it's $9. So how would you express that as an equation? I would say it's 3 times C. C for comic book, okay? So then, what are we going to do here to solve this? I know that most of you can just do this in your head. We have to make sure that we leave the C by itself. So we have to get rid of the 13 and the 3, right? So what do we get rid of first, the 13 or the 3? Ready? Go. 13, because we always get rid of addition or subtraction first. Okay? So I know you're thinking, but Miss Choi is plus 3C. But I know you can't touch the C, remember? Okay, so that's why we're going to take care of the 13. And so since this is positive 13, we're going to change this to negative 13. Or we're going to go ahead and subtract 13 from both sides. Okay? So then now I'm going to have 13 minus 13 is 0, right? So I have 3C is equal to or less than 16, right? Again, I want to make sure that I leave the C by itself. So then I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3. Now from here, you know that 3 divided by 3 is 1. So C is equal to or less than. And then 16 divided by 3, you can already guess. 3 goes into 16 5 times and then some more. So it's 5 points XXX if you don't know how to calculate this. Okay? And that's okay because all you have to do is understand that you can buy 5 point something of a comic book. But can you buy 5 point something comic books? No. So your answer is going to be what? 5. Yeah, you can only buy 5. So what is the greatest number of individual comics you can buy? Your answer will be 5. And because this is a multiple choice test, it's not like you gotta write out a sentence for me. You're just gonna select the option that says 5. And that's it. So now I want you to work on 14B and give me the correct answer, okay? Ready? Go. And so now today I want to go ahead and feature Anthony Lucero from 6th period. I'm very excited. Well, you know, I love his question. The one thing that I did not like was how I tried to solve it and I couldn't. But that's okay, right? So over here, I just want to remind you that this is supposed to be just a equation only. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up the equation, and then when you are ready, go ahead and raise your hand. And when you see Anthony Lucero, please congratulate him for doing a great job on creating this question. All right, and tomorrow I'll feature somebody from 2nd period, okay? Ready? Go. Oh, wait. Anthony Lucero right here, underline. Okay, ready? Go. Okay, so now let's take a look at question number 15, okay? I know. So first you gotta copy this obviously, right? And just so you know, this is 3 over 4n. Okay? This is, so what we have to do right now is we gotta isolate the n, okay? Today, let me just go ahead and write this bigger for you. It's 3 over 4n. I don't know if you remember, but yesterday you had a question that kind of sort of looked like this, right? And what you gotta do right now is you gotta isolate the n, right? So there you go. So next to n, we have 3 over 4, and we have negative 6. So what do you think we have to eliminate first, the 3 over 4 or the negative 6? The negative 6, that's absolutely correct. Okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add 6 to both sides. Okay? So then what we're going to have is 3 over 4n. And then negative 6 plus 6 is 0, right? And then 9 plus 6 is 15. Good job. Now I still want to leave the n by itself. So Yes, we're going to have to what? When we have a 3 over 4n, what do we have to do? Because we had something like this yesterday, right? So the relationship between 3 over 4 and n is multiplication. So we gotta do the inverse, which is division. And just so you know, division is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay? So there you go. Let me rewrite it over here. 3 over 4n equals 15. In order for us to get rid of the 3 over 4, we gotta divide both sides by 3 over 4. Okay? And so 3 over 4 divided by 3 over 4 is 1. And so we have n is equal to 15 divided by 3 over 4 is the same as 15 times 4 over 3. So 15 times 4 is 60, yes. And then 60 divided by 3 is 20. Okay? So then this is a multiple choice question, so you just have to select n. If you don't know how to do this, just plug in all the answers into the n and see if it equals 9. Okay? So now I want you to go ahead and work on 15b until the bell rings, and this is the last question. Okay? Ready? Go.